Hi, what up? Welcome back to TFTV. We are still here in the French dimension. You can never escape. We're not done quite yet. We have 2 more matches left to go. This is one of them. It is losers finals time. After a bit of deliberation, they decided a longer break, and a best of 1 is how they want to figure this one out. Not a best of 3 here. And before it's worth, we've seen a best of 3 between these 2 teams earlier today already. A really close one too. So one more map has to decide it once and for all who makes it to the grand finals. It's Process Express and Badlands won yet again. And with me here, the all-star lineup of Animation on top.
Hello there.
Bonjour.
Oh, a real almost French person. Joining us on the stream here. Yeah, like I said, I mean, you guys were the ones that watched this one. I was like on the other side of the bracket for the most part. How did this like go for the most part between these 2 teams, other than it being really close, I guess?
Yeah, just generally very even. They've got some different playstyles, I think. Like the W and Patchouli combo of the soldiers definitely has some like plays where they like going behind or just jumping into the medic's face. Which is like the biggest difference, I feel like. Kuna on Metalworks last time, Kuna kind of got ahead of Alien. Alien got some unfortunate game on Metalworks last time, so hopefully books it back there.
I'm looking forward to it. Interestingly enough, we will see a repeat map. We thought about that earlier when we saw them go here. It's Metalworks again. They did play that in the last match. It was close for what it's worth as well. That does mean, however, that they very confidently must have some maps they do not want the opponents to be playing. And given what happened earlier with close co-op maps as well, I would imagine Badlands Miners would be the ones to want to play those, and the opponents just vehemently ban those against them.
Yeah. Also worth mentioning is that Olga either can't, for some reason can't play anymore. Maybe internet, maybe some real life issues. I'm not sure. Either way, Juxta is taking over for Olga.
That is a pretty fair scout exchange, right? I mean, you do lose your actual leader. I don't know how much calling he did, probably could have been, but Juxta is certainly a very competent scout as well. I think both of them are like the exactly kind of guy who just swapped classes a lot as well. Both of them played a lot of scout and medic in the past. I guess Olga also soldier as well at certain points in life. So multi-class talents here, but Juxta stepping in. Maybe it's enough to keep this roster going into grand finals against Process Express. They've done it before. They need to beat them one more time.
Alright, let's see. I kind of like watching W at these for this team at the start, because W kind of plays very aggressively, tries to get some bomb in or some behind play, goes behind in house, and then Patch kind of tries to follow up on whatever W is doing, seems like.
Oh,
W just wants to go medic.
Oh, yikes. Instantly reduced the scout. One on the medic as well. Surf away, is that enough?
How very low on both sides, but the one with the medic, that's obviously going to survive a lot better. Just Juxta on the point. Last man standing. Besides, he doesn't want it. Mid number 1 going over to Process Express.
Fair shout. I mean, like I said, the heals just just not a very fun fight to take. You could try. You likely will have to free shot the opponent as well. That's the tough part. You need like 3 meat shots to really win that past the heal. So probably good to not opt for that. However, puts Leonard and team now in the prime position to actually just convert from here, right? Was a close mid fight, but actually getting rewarded with a chance to just take second from this one too, after all is said and done.
Big Cooper advantage on the side of Process Express. Badlands Miners, they're going to opt for the sniper, but it's a little bit difficult to position the sniper too effectively, but he's had a look, just sees the medic's cope, but can't quite convert. See the beam at the moment. Miners going down, he's gets an open shot on the medic, not quite able to connect.
Very early force too because of the sniper. That's good at least. Level 2 gun. Oh, there's no... Okay, they used the Uber to block at least. They had no souls blocking, but they Kuna realizes use the Uber, blocks point with it.
Yeah, early does not quite get what they wanted here. The Captain helps, I guess, to just get an actual exchange out of this in the end, but they just couldn't quite get nearly as far as they wanted to. Shay hiding behind. Eventually gets caught as well. Holding on for now. On the side of Badlands Miners, it doesn't look like there's going to be much action out of last just yet. We still have Abby, we still have the gun. So we're staying on the last point for a little longer.
Yeah. Shay walking out a spy. I was expecting Shay to spy check and then go sniper, but yeah, Shay opting for the spy play. Definitely has shown that Shay is very good at sniping so far, so could definitely do that instead. But I guess going for the less predictable play.
We'll see if it's enough here. Sneaks up behind. Needs a bit of a distraction. Everyone's still far back and low. We need to do a bit more action into this last point to really turn some heads. Get this buy-in safely. That's all the good kills here. Medic, heavy, all good to go. And there we go.
97% tuber as well. I mean, it's a drop either way, even if he has
gun already as well. There we go. Pop from left. Just getting in here while they still can.
As long as they don't feed some... Yeah, the heavy goes down. That was really their win factors. The heavy cleaning up something without heals. But doesn't work out. Juxta can't even block, has to run away from the point, so...
Yeah, like I said, they needed an X factor. The sniper might be the known class here, but maybe playing into the unknown works a bit better. They didn't see it coming. Matt down, instant push of this. Who cares he won down? They got the gun already. It more than makes up for numbers here. Like you said, heavy focus down quickly is all they really needed to see at that point. Well done by Process Express, and suddenly pressures on the team that we've seen being able to beat this already. They have to catch up now.
Let's see. Demos arrive just about the same time. Alien is a bit lower, but doesn't matter much. Oh, actually gets spammed a lot. Alien down early. Alien has been struggling a bit on the Metalworks mid-fights, it feels like. And yeah, the blue team at least realizes, gets out really fast.
There you go, you're glad you take the midpoint from here. It's not a huge win. It's not going to be as easy towards last as we've seen just now, but you take what you can get here. Gets them into this position as well. And they're still peeking early. I mean, gotta hope to get something snuck in here before the spawns are maybe up again, but you still need to keep the situation in mind. If you go too far, it might end very bad, and we're back to the good old stalemate, which means the good old same bombs we expect from this point. High bombs through the alleyway, seeing what they can get, and it's not a bad start actually.
W also staying alive, which is honestly very big. They were at least hoping to clean up W in-house, but the scouts could not capitalize. Now it's on medic
at the moment. Can't quite get it.
That was very dangerous, and they're not done yet as well. It's just peeking in, throwing more pipes to Medic's way. If Leonard was still any further forward than he is right now, this could end in disaster. They're holding on fine just now, but that worked surprisingly easily, just with the high bombs actually.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a tale of the tape from the last game. These high bombs are working so effectively for the Badlands miners and Process Express on a couple of maps, especially this one. Really had nothing they could do to combat it.
Let's see what happens to the last, however. Things will change now. We've seen one team finding success eventually here. We talked about the Shay Sniper as well. Comes out defensively now, like a little bit safer choice in the spy now, I would imagine. Just sitting back there, making it always be much, much harder to contest. The rest of the team plays their position while he is peasy eating just every projectile in the meantime. Bit of a problem, but the hold is still there. Sniper gun, making this look pretty solid for the time being. All on Badlands miners to figure something out to break this, and we're not messing around at all, we're just going in.
That is certainly something we saw the last time they played Metalworks as well. They like just to take a trade in and just get the Ubers out.
Well, it keeps something for sure, which is to say that even if Olga did a lot of the talking here, a lot of the strats might be just in people's minds after basically 2 full days of playing, right? They have some vague idea how they want to approach things as a team. This one will not quite succeed. In fact, they might be coming out fairly unscathed in the grand scheme of things, but they lost too much ground. Still a bit of an attempt to peek back in here. Demo spam coming through, but everyone's just far back enough that I don't think they're going to do much more here. Or do they? One more bomb coming through, looking to get onto the combo, but Judy is falling flat here. Second soldier shows their face as well. W will fall flat as well. These high bombs, he praised them before. This time around, not finding what they need.
Yeah, you can definitely tell though that they have a strategy. Like, their soldiers like jumping in, they're gonna do it a lot, but after a while, like, this team has played each other like multiple maps now, and at this point, I think the Process Express might have figured them out, and just be prepared for double bombs to happen.
Okay, Uber's up again. That's at least a safety net back for the red team here, sitting on the midpoint, but you know, they need a little bit more than that just now. There's only one down, it's still early in the game, but with how close these maps have been so far as well, you can't give your opponents much of any chances. I think, what, 2 of the maps they played against each other have been 1 round difference, so you gotta be careful here. Alien with a funny trap forward in the lower area as well. It catches someone unaware. W goes down. They advise a little more on time, I think. I don't think anyone's gonna really do much of anything here, but just any time wasted, it's getting them closer and closer to the mid reset as well. Or at the very least to a team that's so desperate to avoid it that they will just start making mistakes out of just sheer frustration that something needs to work.
Kuna is quite aggressive there by himself, so nobody tries to go into it, but Kuna definitely kind of overstaying his welcome for a bit. Luckily, nobody really noticed that he was alone.
If it happens more and more, they might just start catching on to it. For now, they are on the defensive. They know these bombs are coming sooner or later, and they need to do whatever they can to stop them. Patchouli coming in hot, big surf coming around. Leonard can afford to surf towards enemy territory. The second bomb comes in just way too late. W unable to clean up. The pipe storm from Kuna not connecting this time from the house area instead of alleyway. It's not doing quite enough, and he's so late to leave once again. And this time round, he's gonna get punished for it.
Honestly, also a nice positioning from Leon to just walk back, guide back the soldier, and know that he is fine despite being LFHP and just not being forced. It seems like there's a spy play going on as well. Yes, Patch is waiting here, trying to see where the medic's going. They're picking the house, and I guess Patch might go for a fast play. Yeah, he's already going, which is definitely the right play. He's gonna get the medic here, it looks like. Yeah. And there's the Uber. So they won't have a big Uber out of this, but they should get a lot of kills. They probably get mid of this for sure.
Everyone's kind of running away. PZ weak with the escape. Oh, both soldiers with the escape line just in front of his scout with the pistol out. Easy pickings right there. Shay wants to take a fight, not realizing everyone else is also still there. Just a bad fight to take. Mistakes are being made on the blue side of this match, and Badlands Minus is capitalizing greatly off of this. Nice step with Patchouli. Gets the medic early there. Perfectly calls them out on that one.
And they are stacking, so they might deny these players. Yeah, they are. So if they play this well, they can easily just walk this in from lower or left side, maybe.
I think it would have been a lot bigger of a Uber advantage, but Elkir was a little bit scared of getting caught there. Hung back a little bit. Don't think he was quite beaming anyone. Just kind of letting his scouts sit in front of him.
Once again,
just about evened out.
Actually, I thought they were gonna do soldier bombs in again, but that's just like kind of fake bombs onto point, and they just use the space created to walk in. It's nice. I think. Oh, actually, Elkir actually has this ad now. That is quite peculiar. I guess they just weren't building at all. Yeah. Blue team thought that they already had the Uber. They probably thought they were on some 30 dis ads, but in the end they actually had like 20 ads.
No, here's the bombs again. Patchouli once again just fake and then double back around. The super fake out trying to just still get in anyway. Problem is no one else could get in. W on the right side unable to get through the flank area whatsoever. At least I got the opponents back to last, but it's going to take a lot more than this. Where's W hiding as well?
Yeah, he's hiding in the funny spots.
He has 80 HP. If he gets caught at all, he's just dying instantly.
Yeah. Earlier in the previous map, that Kuna actually was hiding there and had a trap above main, as he does now. And he'd hide there behind the pipe and wait until something walked into the shutter.
Alright, Sniper's back. We seem to be able to hit these before as well. A lot on engineer. The defense is set up quite nicely. We'll see what it takes here. Switch off by Patchouli to Banner is not very long left on as well. Unable to build that if you just die. Let's see. It takes a little bit more than this to really break this one. We will have to give them some time here. But then again, how much time do we really have? 3 minutes sounds like a lot. 4.5 even, I guess. But yeah, at this rate, it's going to run out pretty quick.
I think one thing you could say about the Badlands Miners was, apart from this Uber trade situation, they didn't really have too many amazing ideas on how to break stalemates like this. Normally, in pushing anywhere apart from last, you'd see the double soldier bombs. But can't really do that against a heavy and an engineer, or the sniper and an engineer. So they kind of got a little bit stuck and kind of had to rely on Process Express trying to make a mistake when they repush second.
Indeed. I think that's also why both teams kind of... Oh, no. Unlucky pipe. Alien kind of doing not a taunt, but a little bit of a... It'll be...
That's the one VM tech that has been developed in the past 6 years, I think.
Yes, but I think that's why both teams kind of favor taking just a straight up trade when attacking last. Yeah, they aren't confident enough in their bombs against the sentry. They kind of consider some different things like spy that we've seen so far. They haven't done attacking snipers yet, I think, either team. But usually they just figure to take a trade into the sentry and see what happens.
I think getting very aggressive there. Getting quite a lot of damage on W, but not
there it is.
Quite having the bravery to go in.
The trade is okay, but they're flashing two people in. Juxta is got, it destroys the sentry somehow and gets out alive. That is quite fortunate for him. They do lose 3 players though. With 1 soldier and 1 scout, you cannot hold the second. I feel like so they probably walk back the second. They aggress. Though, however, they seem to have decided that with 2 minutes left, maybe they just hold last to reset the round.
Push equals big mistake. We all know this, so we're staying where we are. Shooty was hiding in the weekend as well. Slightly different spot than before, but similar area there on the same side of the lobby area, trying to just get away with that. As it stands, nothing's coming his way, so why worry at all? And like you said, yeah, maybe they should have pushed, I guess. It's giving maybe not the best chance to the opponents, but it's giving another chance to them, and that could still fall apart pretty quickly if you just mess up one time on the last hold.
Yeah, I guess if you're not confident enough that you can also get mids consistently, I guess you just try to reset it and just try for the next mid fight. I guess they could have pushed seconds, but they didn't want to push mid, so they just opted not to do anything.
Well, we're trying anyway. Push comes through. Demoman really weak. Kuna staying alive, though, just barely 30 HP. Gets the arrow finally. They're so slow to clean up. They're still not having really taken any space at all as we're trying to bust forward here.
Chase
so weak on that as well.
Easy's help.
Yeah. Although the gun gets 1 on entry, but they're still popping in anyway. We're trying our hardest to get past this sentry gun. Scout on point. I mean, they have to watch out for it, I guess, but without the Eva running out now, it's just going to be a whole lot less of a threat. Escape
heavy is out as well.
Backline. That's the Devilman spam coming through, but it's not getting past this heavy weapons class, and everyone's just falling apart.
Okay, got out at least with Juxta, so they will live. But yeah, did not get the kills they needed, lost players, and then there's heavy walking at you, so you can't do anything anymore. You just have to leave. Once again, building the sentry, it's 20 seconds left. They're gonna go for some suicide play probably in the final 10 seconds. They will probably just walk in right now, but there's almost no chance that they make it at this point.
I respect that they're still building on the blue team as well, just in case the last Uber might come up in overtime, but maybe you should have a heavy here as well.
No sentry
Either way,
yet,
like you said, yeah, everything's low to come up here as well. They're just stacking the point. Where's anyone blocking? Everyone's getting so late. And they're getting so much damage on the point. This is enough. Mingo on no HP at all. Wow. Juggling away from
amazing.
Point.
Yeah,
that's gonna do it.
The sentry was building up, so they just have like a war scout, just an engineer. The sentry's building up, Juxta just stands on point and gets like almost all the cap time. Like Juxta dies in the end, but there's so much cap time they just all go to the point and there's no way to stop it anymore. They get knocked off and instantly cap.
Honestly, this is the best last point. It's the point itself, not the like general area around it, just the capture area itself, because the vertical area is just so tiny. A sticky hits you, you just lose touch of the point on the floor below you, and you just don't block it anymore. Instantly, the second that sticky hit, they just wander around on the spot here. And that's going to get them 1-1 now into the next mid fight. Medic really weak. Elke flies back into the back area of the midpoint, but staying alive just barely while the red team falling back. They're getting the kills.
Oh, Sia gets the rocket in. Well played from Alkir, jumps away, serves the rocket quite nicely, goes to the truck, gets the back, but Sia was already in-house and flanks through the back door. Almost didn't get it actually, but the final rocket he shot was an instant direct, probably does 80 damage, and Alkir was too low at that point.
Oh, well, full steam ahead for Process Express. Now had to sit down on the receiving end for a little while, but it's not a little too late here. Big swing on mid gives them just as much of a chance now as we've seen them be able to convert off on the first round pretty much, if not better than that, really. Last time they still had to grind out the stalemate for a second. This time around, just all in at once, I would imagine, here, piling up on this flank area right in onto the last point. Walker truly already gun goes down, looking great so far.
Double scouts on points, the trap and the bomb does kill them though. Oh, and it's only a heavy though, right? Juxta's alive, but oh, this is doable actually. Oh, never mind, never mind. Addie 2 shots, Alien, maybe it's doable. Then he just has to not die to the saw, but he was 65 HP, so.
Alright, 2-1 Process Express. I mean, as quickly as they lost the lead, that feels like it's already back in their favor. And we're already well past halfway through the map as well. Any more of this, and might just have this in the back, and the rematch will be victorious for them. And they reclaim the status in Grand Finals.
Alien always sticks the stickies, like he is kind of trying to sticky off everyone else, but then Kuna looks at him, stickies him twice, and he's 10 HP.
Alien really struggling in these mids. From the scene of it, Kuna really sort of directing him, forcing him to help back. Nice start, right?
They have no more soldiers though, they can't really like bomb in and chase, so this looks like they'll easily survive. They do have a demo man more, though I don't think they'll go right now. Spawns will probably arrive in time for both of these teams to just kinda... Oh no, wait, never mind, they're taking the space. Kuna wants to take this as a trade, but dies. And Alkira's 99! Oh no, disaster. I guess they just wanted to take a trade into them before the spawners arrived, so the soldiers weren't buffed, but... Alkir, like a scout drops down, and then Kuna dies, Alkir is on 99 and dies as well.
Oh, suddenly it just in no time at all. It looked like they lost all of the ground in the game they had. Round lost instantly after getting one, and then this good position immediately turned around on them just by 1% margin, quite literally. All the way back in Process Express's favor. A little hiding player on the mid immediately disappears, but that's maybe just because they have another one. W will step in where Patchouli left already, but they've seen him already as well. No surprise factor on that much anymore. We'll have something to work around here, maybe getting something falling back, but even if the rockets are hitting, the scout can tank them. We'll keep this one going, and Badlands minus, I mean, it slowed things down a little bit on the advantage, I guess, everyone falling back, but it's just not getting them anywhere but staying right put where they are.
Bombs coming in at the moment. Sia trying to get onto this medic, can't quite get it, but meanwhile, Patch taking down the enemy demo.
With Sia down as well, it's looking rough now. They're trying to see if they want to do anything on mid, but it's going to be difficult. You can stop for some time to get you the spawns up, but you got to make sure you don't lose all your ground on mid up until that point.
Patch has some space, but is opting to just spam.
No!
Oh!
Med drops.
Uh-oh.
What did happen? Was there just like a sticky stink or something?
It was just sticky spam. The medic just was hiding behind the crate, but the stickies still connect after.
See you hiding in the house now? Goes for the soldier instead of waiting.
You gonna sweat this? No, nearly.
However, once again, the script it flips again.
I've been working very hard on the script, okay? This took me all weekend.
Did you have to translate it for the ones that speak less good English?
Oh, let's see what they can do last now. Jumping in here, Badlands minus needs this round. It's so late in the game
Leon's
already.
low already? Can they get piped and die? Well, Leon gets wiped with lips. Oh, collapse in the end. And this looks like it's going to be around. Yeah,
there's no more
but
he's not going to touch point in time. Shay is. Wait a second, that buys him so much time to get a heavy forward as well, but that's just outnumbered still. The scouts doing a lot of work here to keep this together, but it's just so unlikely at this point. Patchouli playing surprisingly safe as well instead of just going point early, but the rest of the team is there to bail him out of the corner, clean up from here. Like I said, they were just so weak so early. One pipe splashed, the demo and the medic, both of them almost just dying to that instantly, and easy cleanup from there. Badlands minus 2-2 once again. I mean, last map was 3-4 they played against each other, and we're getting there.
Kuna being able to do so much in that last push, just jumps in front of everybody, everyone just running from the hills, terrified of these lock and load pipes. It takes a while to back him up, but they do get there eventually.
Oh, instant kill on the demo man as well, huge one, but they're taking a big beating to the soldier bombs. Can anyone clean up? They need some quick, as much as they had brief players, they just cannot find the kill onto anyone here. Badlands minus just with better spread out damage where it needed to be, and now the follow-up is there. They're just having the quick bombs coming through once again, and there's no mercy on that. Patchouli and W chasing down the medic. No chance on survival. And it just turned 2-2, might just become 2-3 in no time at all.
Yeah, it's definitely like W is so aggressive on these bombs, and every now and then you can tell that Patch is like, oh yeah, I can follow up on this, and just comes in late and cleans up all the damage. It's like, it's not exactly synergy, but like Patch definitely understands what W is trying to do and is able to follow up on things very nicely at times.
Well, back to last it is. It's not a big advantage, but I don't know, they might just dare. We're getting to the point of the game where maybe you do just take this risk to get some big rewards.
They are building
advantage.
Yeah, slightly weird advantage. They are building hard, but they can't take too much time. If they don't kill the medic here, the medic's definitely gonna get before they can get lost. Sia wants the early force, but they're not going. They're going the main shutter.
No, we're just going straight in, gun forward, taken up pretty quickly. Rest of the team hiding in the back here. Trying to just stall out this Uber for as long as possible with the charges up. For Leonard now, the small ad was enough to get much ground or kills for that matter. And the rest of this blue charge will just chase them out. 2 down, that's doable to push out from here. I don't know if they will.
Yeah, they don't see us still, so this is actually very hard to push out. So yeah, they're not even gonna try. Kuna even gets the aggressive trap stolen again, so just a reset.
Alright, everyone's sitting on last idly by, building these Uber sniper up as well. Patchouli sniper. I mean, obviously in Premiership, Patchouli mostly seen on Medic, I believe. So, I mean, all of these off-class plays, we've seen some of these people, right? A lot of people not on their mains necessarily here as well, due to the draft budgets. Always interesting to see how they might perform when given different tasks from what you might be expecting them to do.
Moment sitting fairly passively, waiting for someone to peek into him. There we go. He has been spotted out. Flesh will go and shutter. Sniper fairly difficult to peek onto Metalworks last.
Shay counter sniping. The second the first op shot was fired, Shay instantly switches. Like he knows what to do. He's very confident sniping, so he's gonna try to counter snap instantly. Takes 1 shot. They both miss. Luckily, I don't think Shay even had a buff, so that could have ended quite badly for them. She's getting buffed now.
Fighting fire with fire. Shay against Patchouli on the rifles to see if any of this will maybe just bring the change here. 1 round, I mean, this late in the game, yeah, 1 round might honestly just be enough. You need to be really careful on Process Express to not just lose on the line and choke out what looked so good at the beginning. The headshots are ringing out, but they're not lethal. Snipers are buffed. It's not gonna be that easy.
Kuna's actually staying on the right side and like spamming here, so the sniper actually can't stand still to peek because Kuna keeps spamming lock and load pipes at him.
And we really opened Pandora's box when we nerfed the armor, didn't we? I say that Kuna was already using it, so I guess it doesn't change much for this man specific. He was already using that thing. Which might explain why some of his pipes are just honestly so much better than some other people's on his weapons already. He has years of experience on that gun.
W is still holding very aggressively, to be honest.
Oh, I was worried that we saw a spy, but it's not yet a defending team, so it's just a spy check real quick, seeing if anything changed. And we've seen some wacky stuff into last point before on some of these teams. Pyros and Heavies have come out to play for sure. And normally caught by surprise by these spies. I don't know as well. They have seen it in this match just now what this can do, so don't want that to happen, but nothing to see that they don't already know about. Standard lineup except for the sniper here, but I mean, even with the sniper, they just want to exchange. We said it earlier, they like this option here, just see what they can do, but this Uber is just getting popped so late out of the blue team.
Juxta pulling people back though.
Holy,
Juxta lives as well. That's nice for them at least. They lose players still, but yeah, Juxta
no,
living.
The sideline!
Oh wow, nice. But surely will die for it. But yeah, they got the kill they needed. Juxta is going for the demo. Nice, that well played. Juxta is just running at them though.
He's heavy in the back though.
Yeah, just understands that he probably has to wait for the beam to get there, but yeah, they can definitely do this right now.
Oh, they just melt the heavy too, holy.
Shay is spawning
not even
with Leon.
close to anymore. And there
Yeah,
you go. You have a sniper on an exchange, you just hope that someone is out of position at the end of it all. And it worked out perfectly here. Patchouli Snipe gets the exact 1 kill they needed here to break this all open. No heals for the long fight they forced their opponents into, and who cares if there's a heavy if he's not 450 with arrows flying into him.
And very well played from Juxta as well. Like the Uber didn't go their way, but Juxta just pulls them back to point and even surfs out, but a sticky or rocket lives and then just kills people again.
Good fight. Number 6, both demo men not really meeting each other this mid. See the really aggressive soldier bombs straight onto the red soldier. Not quite getting anything. Scout chasing down Kuna, but he is still somehow living. Really low HP on the Badlands miners. They will pull in frags, but I don't think they're gonna want to continue this mid fight.
It's dangerous here. There's 2 down each, of course. Little time left to play for as well. Giving the opponent the midpoint now. Just giving them a small chance, maybe, but maybe just the one they need here. We've seen them succeed a little before. And now they're very desperate about it too. Maybe that makes them a little bit easier to deal with here, just going for bad options because they just have to. But for now, I don't think they're just that time pressured yet. There's still lots to play for, and look at that. The damage is hitting exactly the way they needed to. Early about Elki as well will just make this such a better exchange for them.
Shay is out though. Shay took a lot of damage and is not more confident anymore, staying in the Uber.
Elko dies.
Oh.
Yeah, just hunted him down after the end of the Uber. Like I said, they use much later. They have just a bit of time to spare, chasing the Uber back through lobby to make
sure
go fast they get these kills.
They not care to wait. They just want to go in. They do lose slots.
Can get the kill. Okay.
This should stop it though. They probably will play
it stops the immediate push, but they still can play with ad, right?
Yeah.
It's the correct thing to make for Badlands minus. They buy themselves the time to not lose right now,
yeah,
but
honestly,
they still have a tough one.
I like this more because they generally just wanted to go in on just a medic pick, but like they were gonna get collapsed upon, so this is the safer play in the end. Like they can run in there instantly and like assume that their heals advantage is gonna win them the round, but also is very, very risky because they might just get bombed the second they enter a door.
1 minute 40 left on the server. If they want to tie up this, send it to Golden Cap, they definitely need to start doing it now. Uber coming in. Moment, Pyro and Sentry doing so much. Sentry gun finally falling, but Uber
good damage on
faded.
Them. They're so low actually.
Tia's gone down, but the frags starting to go the way of Process Express.
Then lose the
goes down. Uber comes out from Elkir though.
This is necessary, but it's also like last thing you want to even get to, right? It didn't work, they get the force, giving them a plan B, but a really bad one. It's all coming down to a 1 minute left. Presumably dry push. Uber will build in, what, 40 seconds? You can't really wait for that. They will have first anyway. You just got to go and dry. They're switching to crit squeak. That will build a little bit fast, assuming you are, in fact, actually building still. So cutting it really closely. It might come up in the fight on point, but you actually have to get into last before you use anything.
Also a reminder for the chat that this is a best of one, so there's only 50 seconds left and this decides the losers finals instantly. And after this we only have the grand finals left. So they have to do it right now or they're out of the cup.
Oh, coming down to this for whoever gets this one, you go to grands. Loser exits this tournament at third place. A very competitive event, but with the games this close, you know you could do better if it comes down to the end here. Patchouli trades for the Demoman. That's not too bad at all, but it just stops all of them dead in their tracks and they can't go a step further, and the crit squeak certainly won't help with the sentry gun. 15 seconds left, only 2 alive. Most of them won't even spawn, time to touch the point again, and with that Badlands minus has more, but they secured themselves the spot in grand finals.
They call the GG's. Alien realizes there's no more points, which I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, this has been decided by that crit squeak not getting through. Badlands minus takes it 3-2 once again. Close map as we've seen just early today, but Badlands minus clutching it out yet again.
I do believe, because Alien was still struggling a lot on the Metalworks mids, that this must have been a pick from the miners then, because they must have known that Kuna definitely had an advantage over Alien on these mids.
Alright, that also means our grand finals matchup has been decided then for good this time around. It will be, I think, Granary Farmers waiting in grand finals, beating out the Badlands Miners just a bit ago in the winners finals on a rematch now as well. I'd be surprised if we see many repeat maps on that one. It was what, COF maps primarily? It looks like they they know what they're good on the COF map. They've just been farming. People have not been banning them enough, it feels like. Maybe Badlands Miners will rethink some of the choices now in grand finals.
Yeah, I believe it was the final map that Olga played. Olga was still on the roster when they played Product against Product and Clear Cut. Yeah, Product and Clear Cut against the Farmers. So I assume they want King of the Hill banned. For the memes, I think they could still play King of the Hill. I just have an entire King of the Hill tournament for the deciders. But I do feel that they understand that if they want to win, they probably shouldn't give them the maps that the Farmers are probably favored on, because the Farmers have been playing so much King of the Hill for this cup that they are definitely outshining the other teams as far as that goes.
It's been looking good there for them here, but that's a lot of thinking to do for them now here. At least they get a shorter break beforehand. It will be a tough one. The next match will be best of 3 again in grand finals. Best of 3 is relegated to only the upper bracket, basically, in grand finals is effectively part of that, of course. Grand Farmers yet to lose a match in playoffs. Did lose some maps here and there, of course, including in group stage. It's been a very competitive one. Everyone got like a map win at the very least, if not more than that. And that's been really rough. Who did Grand Farmers actually end up losing to before they. They were also one of the teams that had a tie. They tied to Harvest Kings in groups. They tied to Deep Lasers in groups. They had 2 ties actually. It's funny. And then they lost to Managos, who exited in 3rd, I believe, or 4th, something like that. Oh yeah, 4th, right. So it's been close all around. Even the first place team that looked good all day here did not go unscathed the entire time as well. So it will be a battle. That much is for sure. And I think we can, much like the players, just take a quick break here before the Grand Finals. We catch you in like 10 to 15 minutes. Probably everyone's taking a quick break here. And then we'll be back with Grand Finals of the NTF2CL Draft Cup to see who wins it all in the end.